For a clown that's been scaring the shit out of people like Pennywise has, people can't get enough of him. People can't wait to see that old Pennywise, see that demonic clown. And for a couple of days now, they've been hyping up this It Chapter 2 trailer, and now it's here.
I was always Daddy's little girl. What about you?
Buy some stuff. dtmerch.com. Go over there and buy that classic black tee with the white logo. Oh, get that logo with the colors inside of it glowing on that t-shirt right there. Get yourself a coffee cup. Get everything. Just keep in mind that when you do buy stuff here, and when you do subscribe to doubletoasted.com, our own website, our own platform, keep in mind that you help keep these live streams going. We're going to be in Toronto, and that's going to be on May 25th, right around the corner. It's going to be at the Adelaide Hall. The doors are opening at 6 p.m. The show starts at 7, and we will commence with the night of comedy, games, and music. With this thing being so hyped, people being so excited. I mean, we know how that goes. You get so excited that when you actually see it, it can't possibly live up to your expectations. I mean, unless, maybe Marvel put it out or something. But that's what we're going to look at right now. Is the creep factor there? Like the way it was with Chapter 1 that made it so successful? What are the losers like now? Do they look like they casted those people well? Do they look like we'll have the same sort of character development and attachment and feelings that we had for them before? I don't know, man. There's a lot. That first one has a lot to live up to. We're going to look at this second one, Chapter 2, and we're going to come back and see if it is working. And if it is, why? And if it isn't, why not? This is what a trailer needs to do. This is an effective trailer. First of all, a trailer's supposed to get you excited for whatever's coming up. And if it's a hard thing, then it's supposed to get you kind of scared. It's supposed to creep you out. This trailer does all of that, man. Gets me excited for when when Chapter 2 comes out. Because, as I said, man, I'm a fan. I didn't love it as much as other people out there, but I am a fan of the first movie, It Chapter 1. I like that one a lot. I thought that it had some great imagery in it. There's a lot of things that that movie that movie did great that this one has to live up to. And from what I'm looking at, I think it will. I have to say though, it is a little flawed. I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm not trying to come out here and ruin anybody's excitement for this. I'm not trying to do that, but come on, y'all. Y'all know that this is some white people in horror movie shit. I told you, I'm not being racist. I'm not talking about white people in real life. You have stereotypes for black people, and for white people, one of your stereotypes is that when there's creepy shit happening, when there's obviously some dangerous supernatural shit going on, why do you stay? I was looking at this earlier when I was doing my initial reaction when I hadn't watched the trailer, and I just saw I stared at the screen, and I do what black people stereotypes are. I looked at the screen and I just yelled. I talked to it. Get out! We got Beverly, character played by Jessica Chastain right here. She's going to the house in this crazy ass town, the house where she was where a demonic clown tried to eat her. And then she goes back, and at the door, an old woman answers that's creepier than that clown.
Yes, can I help you?
When an old woman who's scarier than Pennywise answers the door, you don't go in. I mean, I don't know when this bitch is all in shadow and she's sound like she's been smoking 50 packs a day. Come on in. Can I help you? you leave. If you go in the house after something like that, whatever happens, that's on you. If you get that old woman charges your ass, you had it coming because it was all there. Don't go in the house. If you sit up there and you talking to this old woman and she spaces out, like she just roofied herself, it's time to get the out. You got lucky. She accidentally roofied herself. She was about to Cosby your ass. That was meant for you. She was about to rape you. Don't be polite. What is wrong? What's wrong with you? I gotta tell you, that's one of my peeves in movies. It's like when things are just obviously kind of weird. Obviously, something's going on that's going to harm you at some point. I never got that. Leave. It's definitely effective with the creepiness. And I think that's what works. I mean, okay, if you're gonna stay in the house and you ain't gonna go, at least make it worth it. I'm looking at the mood that they set up here. One of the things that I thought was great is about this that made this stand out from a lot more trailers is that, and it's not anything new. We've seen it done before, but what they chose to do is they chose to show you how creepy this movie is going to be by showing you a scene. Like I said, that's nothing new, but I'm so used to seeing, as we all are, with trailers being cut together so quickly, so fast. They just want to give you as much. They just want to give you as much imagery and, in some cases, story as they can that it can ruin the mood. And in some cases, it can even give away too much of the story. And that's not what's going on here. This is supposed to be. They do a lot of things that needs to set up what they want you to get from this movie before you see it. They need to set up mood. They need to set up the eeriness of the environment, the weirdness that's going on with this woman. Even though, like I said, even though we can see this, I don't know why the hell she can't, but I don't know. Anyway, it's effective. I mentioned earlier in this review that we're doing right now, and in my reaction that we did earlier, I mentioned that this is very effective. But I'm going to go on a limb here and say that the things that for a lot of people out there, I know that the horror got to you. The horror is what this is really trying to get across more than anything. It's a horror movie, of course. But I was telling you that for me, it was effective more on a non-horror level, if that makes any sense. Now, let me try to explain to you, because right now you're like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I don't even have to explain this. I don't know what this shit means. But allow me to explain for you. First of all, trailer had me laughing. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. We usually say when we're watching a horror movie and we're laughing, that is not a good sign. Trailer had me rolling. And that's because Pennywise is a fool. In this trailer right here, I love it. Pennywise was like Wile E. Coyote trying to eat the Roadrunner and just hungry. Looking at this, because that's what he is. He's hungry. He wants to eat this chick. I know it's kind of sexual phrasing right there, but could be nasty. No, he's like, that's his thing. He wants to. He's been wanting to feast on these kids for years, and now they're back, and they're bigger. Oh, he can't even control himself. Whenever she's walking around the room, he's just in the back, just dancing and peeking. You know what he's like? He's like a hungry man who can't stop peeking into the oven, looking at the turkey when it's almost done. Like that. There's some Looney Tunes shit right here. Like when he peeked behind that corner. Oh no, that's the one we got. He got his moves. No, let me see. You got that scene where this is some straight up Bugs Bunny shit. Like she's looking at the wall and he's peeking from behind the corner. And he's all like, he's so happy, he can't even contain himself. He got a little dance. Ooh, I can't wait till dinner's being served. He is so giddy, and I love that. Look, he done stripped off his clothes. He's back there doing a happy dance. He's like a little kid. He's adorable. You know how it is when you a little kid and company came over and you stripped down to nothing, you had your ass all showing, and you just ran around the room dancing in there. You never did that? I did, but I don't know. Maybe that speaks for me. But he's like a little kid. He's so excited. He's like, man, they delivered my food and I ain't even got a tip. You know, to me, it's almost adorable. First of all, I might have a connection to Pennywise because y'all know when y'all look at it, I talked about this in the last reaction. Me and Pennywise, we both got them foreheads. So maybe Pennywise, I relate just a little bit more than the average person, you know. Pennywise and myself, we the forehead boys, you know. We got something in common. But looking at what they've done for Pennywise here, that's staying true to the character. I'm not just bringing this out of nowhere. When I say that Pennywise is a fool, he really is. Pennywise, now, full disclosure, I haven't read the book, and I don't know if I heard this from people who have read the book, or maybe people who, or maybe they mentioned this in the last movie. I'm not sure, but they flat out tell you Pennywise he's kind of mentally challenged. He's a little off, and which is true to the character. Pennywise did a lot of drugs. He's gone. Even his mama don't talk to him no more. Pennywise is that's the thing, man. When you see him in the movie, when he gets all wall-eyed and he's like getting really excited, even in this part right here, and I think that's, while I'm laughing at it, I think that is that's a great thing that they did, showing you just how stupid and just how giddy Pennywise becomes when he sees his prey, because that's what the character is like. He's not as smart as the other creatures, and that's a small hint right there. It's effective because it's a eerie image. It's a downright scary image that they put up there. This thing going around the background doing these inhuman moves. But in a way, that's also some character development. It's telling you about the nature of Pennywise, and when he gets in, that's kind of why Pennywise f***ed up in there with kids, because he's not all there. He can't really control himself. He gets too excited when he's around things. It's somewhat, I think it's the thing that hurts him too. That's why he's been around for years, but it's going to be his downfall too, especially when he starts messing with these kids now that they're adults. Speaking of laughing, I know y'all are really weirded out by that old woman spacing out right there, but I wasn't. Because that's just old people. You ain't even talk to some old, you know how it is. You talk to old people, they just blank out. You looking at their thing. Don't tell me your grandma ain't never done that. Hey, grandma. I think she's still breathing. I don't know. That's just what old people do. So that's not even scary. That's just a life. But, when we're talking about these characters growing up to be adults, I'm looking at the adult versions of the Losers Club. And that's another thing that got me excited in a non-horror way. I'm looking at them right now, and when I did my reaction earlier, I actually cheered a little bit. I was like, yeah, I was excited. And I want, maybe it's just me, but when you look at the Losers Club right here, is it just me, or is anybody else, and I'm being serious, is anybody else getting sort of an Avengers feeling? Is anybody feeling like these kids are coming together to kind of defeat a villain, sort of like Thanos? Thanos was a demonic, mentally challenged clown, but that's how I feel. It's just not a straight up horror movie. It's about a group of people, in this case kids, who have in common that they're outcast, and yet they have to team together to take on this larger than life villain, this villain that is in a way greater than them. That to me, that's what made the first It work, because that's more than just a horror movie right there. Now we have these are more than victims. These are heroes. These are people who coming together, knowing what evil is out there, knowing what it can do to them, and yet they band together to stop it. if I had to look at this, I mean, there's a lot of things going for this that I really love, as I told you. Even when I'm laughing at it, even when I'm not getting a hard vibe from it, it's still working on those levels. Now, if I had some hopes for this, I would say, as much as I like the casting in this, Jessica Chastain, I think she's going to be great. Great actress. I have no problem with her. But I'm not going to lie. I wish that they had actually gone with Amy Adams. For me, Amy Adams, Amy Adams plays Beverly Marsh. And I think that she looks so much more like the actress that played the younger version of this character. I mean, no complaints, but the moment I saw the movie, I swore, I said, they're getting Amy Adams. Well, glad I didn't bet money on that shit because I would have lost because, of course, they went with somebody else. But hey, just wishful thinking. Not a complaint, though. Because on the other hand, I really love some of the other casting that they're doing. And we're not even seeing a lot of these characters here, but it already looks like perfect casting. Now, I can't really say until we see the movie. But, I mean, it's safe to say everybody loves Bill Hader. Come on. You'd have to be an asshole not to like this guy. The moment they said that they were casting Bill Hader as Richie, Tozier, I thought perfect. Just slap them glasses on his ass and he's perfect. He's smart ass like that kid too. So that was genuinely great casting. As far as some of the other casting goes, I mean, I think everybody's going to be great in this. And as I said, it's going to. We see a lot more people than more than others in here. Split. What's that guy's name? He's I have no doubt that he's going to be great in it. But the person that I'm actually looking forward to the most and seeing what they do with that character is, I think his name is Isaiah Mustafa. And the reason why I'm looking forward to that character because it's the character of Mike Hanlon, I believe. And they didn't really do anything with that character in the first film. And I'm trying to see what they're going to do with them in this one. I hope that this character is more built up because I know, well, at least I heard from the books, that character had a lot more to do. And when we saw the movie, come on, y'all, he was the token black dude, White friends saved him from some racism, and they say, "Oh, come and hang along with us, but just keep your ass in the back." I liked the young actor that they had. I just didn't think they did enough with him. This guy, Isaiah Mustafa, I hope they do something with him. Come on, y'all. Y'all got the Old Spice dude. Sex is, y'all got to do something with him. James McAvoy. It's funny because out of all the people in the movie, they're showing him the most. He's the one I'm actually looking forward to the least as far as the character. Nothing against this dude. I like him. I'd have a beer with him. But I mean, I don't know what it is about that character. He's not the most interesting character to me. I also hope that in the film, they do a lot more with the end than what they did in again, having not read the book, I heard that as Stephen King has a tendency to do, it can kind of go in some really crazy places. And that's kind of what they did with the TV movie or the miniseries back in the day. I think that came out like early 90s, maybe 90. I forgot when it came out, but I know everybody was enjoying it even at the time for being, even for it being kind of mediocre or very worthy of just TV quality. But a lot of people at the end of it, they say, what the was that thing that they fought? I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. If you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. If you saw the miniseries, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it. But I hope to God, if you have not seen the TV movie, have not read the book, whatever they did in that TV series, they do not do in the movie. They said that this is going to be one of the bloodiest horror movies that's ever made. Now, I don't think that means that you're going to be seeing limbs all torn off and, guts and shit tubes, what do you call those things? Intestines being flung all around. When they said that, I said, it's just going to be people probably swimming in blood. Now, this is what I said before I even knew anything about the trailer coming out, when I read about it. And that's exactly what it looks like they're going to do. It looks like it's just going to be a lot of blood that has nothing to do with actual death, but like people just swimming in it. And who knows? Or maybe somebody's having like a hallucination. Maybe this is a dream or nightmare sequence. I don't think it has anything to do with actual visceral, violent blood, but So if all you people out there, all you sick motherfuckers, all you horror fans who just love seeing just people being torn apart, might be disappointed. Not sure. We'll see. Another thing in this, I hope that shot looks better in the movie than it does right here. And this is a shot of Pennywise with a bunch of balloons. Look, I know Pennywise likes to go and terrorize people by getting into their mind and showing these crazy images, but that's just silly. Damn clown flying with 100 balloons. Look like the demonic clown version of Up or something. The thing that's really doing it for me, as I said, is that I feel like I'm going to get the camaraderie of these characters again. I feel like I'm getting the camaraderie that I had in the first movie. These people banding together to go to fight this big evil that is way more powerful than they are. Something that no human should be able to defend. But while I'm getting that heroic feeling right there, the thing that really worked for me in the first movie, in chapter 1, I said this before, that even when the horror wasn't there, I was loving it mostly for the feelings that I got of these people just being friends. Because that's what's going to make this work. Before we can have these people band together at all to take on any kind of big evil, we're going to have to be convinced that there's chemistry between all of them so that we care for them and we root for them as a team. And to do that, you just got to establish some simple moments with them. And that's what the first movie did. I got sort of a Stand By Me vibe. Another Stephen King property that had really nothing to do with horror. It wasn't a horror movie at all. It wasn't even supernatural. It was just kind of a coming-of-age story. I don't know, man. I'm very excited for it. There's a lot of things that I think that is with this story that is, like I mentioned, just more than horror that makes this great. It's the characters. It's the humor that we see in it. And I think, and of course it's the scares that we're going to get. I'm hoping that what we see here will be able to not only, and I know I shouldn't say this because I don't want to get my hopes up, but I hope that this is something that not only is going to be as good, but I hope it can, since it's the last one, I hope they can end game it, man. I hope that this will be somewhat slightly better than the first one, since, as I said, it's them getting up for a big epic ending right here. This has got me there. If it doesn't live up to it, well, then that's the movie's fault because they shouldn't have given me such a great trailer. But it did its job. Did his job completely, and I'm very excited for that. Right when you thought that Pennywise or clowns in general couldn't get any creepier, he had to turn me on to something I wish I'd never known.
I had to inform you, man.
You had to turn me on to this, and this is something I will never get out of my head.
It'll haunt you.
It will haunt me.
It'll stick with you. It's like a wound.
It'll haunt me more than him.
Yeah, probably.
You scared me more than this goddamn clown over here. I like the way he just go away, just pop it and lock it.
Oh, he's exactly doing that. It's like doing the dance that Johnny Depp's doing in Alice in Wonderland. Just like, he's moving and grooving. Yeah. It's got to get limber, man. It's like, gotta kill these kids. It's got to... Oh, yeah. All right, let's go.
Pennywise like, damn, Jessica Chastain in my house. Get these moves for her right here.
The circus.
This is where it turns into a Looney Tunes cartoon.
No, it does. Yeah.
Because that's what I said earlier. I was like, this is like Wile E. Coyote, man.
Well, like him peeking around the corner.
Yeah,
just
yeah. Yeah. It's
that's in
why
character for him, though.
It is. I had mentioned this earlier. Like it cracked me up, but it is in character for him. He just stripped down, got naked.
Well, I mean, she was putting all the signals, man. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go get the cookies, the sweets.
I love that, man.
She's popping locks. Can't walk right.
He just stripped down. He just ready to look at it. Yeah. She's ready to go.
It's hot.
Hello.
Y'all looking at Pennywise and you're like, nah, he's dumb as but still, he's got fangs every now and then. He can still eat somebody, so that makes him scary.
Mm-hmm.
This clown there's a reason why he's creeped out millions of people.
Of course.
Giving millions of people nightmares. Mm-hmm. Unless you got a friend like Chris Herman. Chris Herman out of nowhere today, he said, hey, when you're doing your research for we're talking about it, chapter 2, look up Clussy. And I said, who the hell is Clussy? And he said, just look it up, man. Just go
Look it up.
That's all I said, just one word, Clussy. Just look it up. Mm-hmm. And it started out weird enough.
Perfect.
It started out all right. I was like, this is kind of disturbing because what it is, when I put in Clussy, for some reason, I started getting a bunch of fan art. Mm-hmm. And it was fan art that, like, look at this, Robo Penny. Yeah. Robo Pennywise.
Anime
Pennywise, cool Pennywise. Pennywise, the pothead dealer right there. But then it started getting into like
here we go.
A bunch of chicks who were dressed up as Pennywise.
Waifu Pennywise.
Yeah, man. It started getting into more female Pennywise cosplay.
Yeah.
I started to say cosplay. And then I start, of course, once you in, you got to go deeper.
Deep dive, man.
Yeah, you ain't getting out.
Come down to where we all float down here. You'll float too.
Oh, we all float in the classic, Corey. Corey, come in. And I went and I reached my arm in that sewer. What I should have.
Dragged it down
Trying
there.
to get my clussy boat. Yeah, and it was one thing that actually, that finally let me know what clussy is. And y'all probably ahead of me already on this. But I looked up one GIF or one meme here. Boy, what you doing? Me, trying to get it A. Boy, get what A? Me, this clussy. And then underneath it's got this Pennywise's big ass forehead, but this like tight ass dress.
Oh yeah.
And I said, Clussy, you trying to eat Clussy? Why would you eat I would eat pussy, but clown pussy.
Yeah.
I was like somebody's mom who didn't understand a nasty joke.
And the circuit's finally connected. You're like,
wait a minute. You're talking about funny vagina. Mm-hmm. What the hell? Why did you do this to me?
it was done to me. It's like we all got infected. It's like Pennywise came around and touched us all, and then it spread. Whatever segment of the fan base kind of got obsessed with Pennywise as a sexual icon. Yeah. And I mean, right now, he also is like as a gay icon in certain circles where he's like dating the Babadook to a certain extent.
Huh?
Yeah. They're a nice couple.
Let me
You can find it.
I don't want to go. See, this is what I don't want to. I don't want to go as deep as you're going right now.
I've been there.
Pennywise was enough. Now we got Pennywise, the
Babadook. Yeah, they're boyfriends. You take over a character and you make it your own. You have a whole kind of fan base around it. And then Pennywise just happens to be there. You go. Oh, it's so cute.
Look at the Babadook. I love you, Penny. I knew. Cha 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 cha.
You're so cute.
I love my man.
A little smooch on the face.
Look at this. I guess.
You're getting nasty.
No, it's actually adorable.
It is. It is adorable.
It's adorable. Like now that they can actually, now that the Babadook and Pennywise can get married, they can adopt a kid.
Is that the kid from what is that?
That's the kid from The Orphan.
That's the orphan. That's what.
He needed parents, man. He's the orphan.
Yeah. But see, then you also see like the gay pride flag and everything, and all of the various
Like
imagery
right here?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh,
Gay icon.
Jesus.
What an icon to have too.
Yeah, man.
A demonic clown that eats children.
Boy, that's one thing about the gays, boy. they can make anything a gay icon.
Oh yeah, I mean dressed fabulously. So
Yeah.
you see the way he moves, the way he dances. He's got rhythm. Yeah, pretty good, I guess.
That's how he got the Babadook.
That's what he got. It's a mating dance. It's a mating call.
Wanna dance? Sure. You've got some moves.
Yeah.
Well, I love it, man.
No, me too.
I love it.
Can't wait to see the fan art for It Part 2. Him hanging out with all the kids or the adults.
It's like, so you mean to tell me Pennywise is gay? He's like, you didn't notice?
Well,
You couldn't tell?
let me tell you.
You mean all this fringe around my neck you couldn't tell?
Oh, this lace.
Oh, really? Oh, Pennywise, boy. Come on, his name is Pennywise.
That's true. And you know what? Good for him.
No, you know what?
I support his decisions.
Maybe he'll stop eating children now. He can be who he wants to be.
Exactly. He didn't realize who he was, and that's why he was doing all these other negative things.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now he's understanding.
Now that he's out, children everywhere will be safe.
Exactly.
I don't have to eat children now that I can eat men. Where's he going?
Good luck to him.
Oh, well, I'm glad that he's finally free.
Yeah.
But yeah, please let me know how you feel about this. Please comment whether we are in our own platform, doubletoasted.com, or we're on YouTube or anywhere else. Let me know how you feel about it. Judging from the reaction that this has been getting today, everyone's been loving it. Everyone's been excited for it. And I'm going to be right there with you, man, when it opens up. I'm going to be just as excited, if not more than you are. And some of y'all are bigger fans than me of that first movie. I don't know what it is, but this has got me really hyped for something that I didn't exactly love, but I'm very interested in.